Hey everybody, welcome back. And this is more of an update, so I'm going to call this TOS Bridge 9.5. The reason for the update is I didn't do any substantial work till yesterday and today. For that, I've been started work on another client build, which I will be sharing later next week. And also, remember the Jack from The Shining I did? Well, let's just say post office wasn't very careful handling fragile, I'd like to say. But so he came back, so I'm fixing him. So yes, I will pop in highlights of that. But for what I did work on the bridge this week, it's kind of fun. I added some lighting, which you'll see, and then also I got the red stripe down, and I started putting back the stations back together. Like I said, I do apologize. It's not more, but I'm happy because now I'm getting to that point where I can start getting things detailed in and toned up so I can get the lighting going. So please enjoy. And with that, if you are new to my channel, click on the subscriber button, click on the little bell, you'll know every time I upload. And if you're new to the channel and you're just getting on this video, or you're new to the channel going back to my other videos, if you have a question about something I did in those builds, a question of why I did it this way, or how did I do it this way, or hey, even if you have a question about a build you're doing, please, if you need advice or you need somebody to just gripe at, please email me at bucktimore@gmail.com or put it in the comments. Also in the comments, I like, hey Buck, good job. Hey Buck, all right, well that was a weird way to do it, but it worked. Or hey Buck, seriously man, seriously. Put those in the comment sections and I respond within 12 to 24 hours. So with that, guys, let's get to the bench and see what I did get done. Good morning, and it's Friday, and yes, this is the first time this week I've been able to get to the bridge, as you can see from the last video I put up, but also I'm starting pre-building on a client project, and I'm taking care of another client, getting jack repaired for him. Post office wasn't very gentle, even though the box said fragile, and I thought I had it well enough protected, but oh well. So I'm fixing that. So lots of projects, but you know, hey, let's get back to the bridge. So getting real close. I got to finish up the weapons panel and get that painted and get that on, get that with its screens. And I'm going to do that, but also I need to start taking care of some of these before I do paint, because or I can take care of it after I do the paint, because I need to get those fixed. Speaking of which, let's take a look. Let's see how much I'm going to have to remove. Okay, there you are. There you are. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Okay, found it. Sorry about that. Buried in the box. It wasn't in the bag I thought I had it in. But here's one of the scopes. And you can see I thought these were going to be flat. But I mean, I can shave it flat, but I don't know if I want to. I want to have a little bit of lip to grab onto. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do now. I'm trying to figure out how. Well, I know how I'm going to do it, and I mean, if the paint messes up, I get that. But whether I use my other sander, or I even got hand sanders, so my nail sander or my Dremel sander. So let me check. Let's try this first. Let's see how much I can get. Oh, can't even get into it. So, all right. So here you are. And, sorry. Now, for the bigger pieces like this, I don't go with my small sanding device. I go with this one. It's a little, because the sanding on some of them can get like a little, oh my gosh, you know. And this is just gentle enough that it's not going to do a whole lot. As you can see, it's good enough. And all I'm doing is just taking a little bit at a time. I'm not worried about how the hole looks. I'm just worried that I can get in there, because this is going to cover it. So Just made a circle. How about that? Darn it. Okay. Almost there. Almost. I can take a look at the bottom and I can tell how much more I need to go down. And this is too round. It's great for getting things out quickly. But, alas, I forgot I had this. Still can't get it in there. Alright. So I'm just going to keep sanding on these, and I'm not going to make you watch me sand it. I'll let you see the final end product, because I don't think you guys want to sit here and watch me, because it could take a few minutes. So I will turn the camera back on when I have it finished. Alright. Got it set now. And... oh, darn it. Sorry, guys. This looks amazing. Try to show you all that right there. And once I get it glued in and all that, it'll look even better. But yay, so I got that fixed. And I also added copper to the end to make it look like that second knob. So yay! So let me get the rest of these all squared out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them masked off so I can do the red line, and then I'll get everything clear gloss one last time and start getting the rest of this and the console's done with everything. So that's right now. Also, I'm trying to think. I think I'm also gonna start getting this ready, so I can start working. I might have to do a little more sanding here. You see that? I'll have to put some more putty in there, and I might have to put something back there almost. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, I think I want to start getting into here and start getting this worked out, so I can get some more love and start getting this ready and getting taken care of. So that's one less thing to do. But yeah, I got to continue. I'm gonna have to think of something else with that right now, because that is just, yeah. But hey, all right. So when I get on that, I get on that, and when I start masking, I'll show you the way I'm going to do it, and then go from there. So, all right, guys. Well, let me get these stations finished drilled out, and yeah, because I do want to start getting lights in. Start doing some lighting. I know it's kind of off there, but yeah, you know me. Okay, come on. So let me get the rest of them done, and then I'll get started on masking. All right, got those done. And what better place? So I'll probably have to touch up the paint again, but yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Here, it'll be easier when I get it glued in. But yeah, I like that. Maybe just a tweak or two more, but there we go. So yay! I'll put that where I don't lose it. So yeah, so not bad. So darn, now I get to go masking. So let me get things cleared up real quick, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Alright, so I'm going to be masking up, as you can tell, and I'm going to show you basically my thought process. You guys do what you need. You do it your way too. I mean, this is just how I'm going to do it. So, first things first, I got my good T.B.I tape. Not that I don't love this stuff, but I know this is not, after I get it put down, it's not going to likely come up. So one of the first things I want to do is I'm going to line it up on the top, because all I'm painting is just this front piece, nothing on the bottom, nothing on the top. So I want to make sure I get that lined up, and I always start on the edge so I can at least get that down sometimes, as you can tell. Alright, but as you can see, I want to get it right there. Okay, now once I get that initial touchdown so the tape's sticking, I'm going to find my tweezers that I cannot seem to know where I put. And darn it, I guess. Oh, there they are. Sorry. Alright, so now that I have that tacked somewhat down, now I can actually see I need to go a little more. And I should have been using my tweezers to begin with, but okay. And I keep looking and making sure. That's what I'm doing. And I just want to make sure it's on that level. It's an easy thing, but it can be frustrating too, because you know, oh, why aren't you getting down? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, darn you. So again, I'm gonna have that, my tweezer, like I should have. And I'll go over the tape of the other one, because that helps me line it up. And then I'll use my tweezers to keep it running, so it stays on that line. And now we go to this side. That's a small piece. Alright, let's do this. There we go. And again, just like the other time, I will just go in and like I said, I'll get my tape tacked good, and then I'll use my tweezers or my fingers to help, which I should use my tweezers because my big fingers. And voila, there's that. Now I got to do it on the bottom. So the bottom can be a little trickier to a point, because on the top you got that nice flat area. On the bottom you got the curve of the panel. So sometimes when I do that, it's going to be kind of like, ah, come on now, why are you know? Doing it that way. So what I will do, sometimes to time, I'll take, like I said, my good tape. I will trim off a little piece, get my all amazing tweezers, and what I'm doing is, first getting this the right way, is I'm going to get it lined up the best I can. I'll try to push it down, because what I'm working on is I want it to do that. And then I can, there's a little layover, but I can trim that here when I go do it. But sometimes that's just the way I have to do it because of that big amount of that bend. Sometimes this is the way I go. And I'm not like, let me see. Why aren't you? Oh. Sorry guys, just making sure. That's sometimes working with that. So again, I will overlap the other piece of tape and I will get it going, and then I will use something robust, you know, pointed or harder surface, and I'll go in and do that, and I'll just keep doing that across. So I'm gonna turn the camera off for now so I can do that, because you don't want to watch me keep doing that, and then I'll show you the overall after I get done with this little stuff. So I will return. Alright, got that all taken care of, and now do the rest of the masking. And yes, I'm going over the whole kit, basically the whole part of the body. One, to protect the paint, but two, because this is red. I mean, whew. Red can enhance, bring through, make lovely, or it can be a pain in the ever side of models sometimes. I mean, red paint, it's okay on a, I mean, it's really okay on a lot of things, but it's one of those you have to respect. You don't respect the red, then yeah, that's not gonna be good. So basically, top there, and now I am just doing that so the tape has more to grab onto, and I'll just do one side pretty much at a time, and just making sure it's all sealed, because when you, like I said, red paint will find the gap, the hole, the pinhole, the microscopic pinhole, and yeah, it'll do that. that's what red paint can do. So, yeah. Alright, so now I've got the top taken care of, and now I'll just do the same thing on the bottom. I don't put it down really tight because I can probably reuse quite a bit of this, because I'm going to paint a couple and then move the masking over to another one and paint a couple more, so I don't waste a lot of this. And now I'm not going to use paper towels either, because even then red can still find a way. But now all that so I can paint that. So alright guys, well I'm going to keep at it, and I'll come share more when I get more to show. Alright guys, got everything off and I've just done one round. And again, you can see, don't try to do it all at once. I want to let it get a little bit dry, let it, you know, do its thing. Like I said, red is a very great paint, but very, oh my gosh stuff. So again, I just make sure everything is tightened down. And just do that. So I'll get them all set and then keep going at it. So that's what I'm going to be doing for a little bit, guys. So as they get done, or when they get done, I'll turn the camera back off and share with you guys. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, finally done. I started with my T.B.I flat red, and I've used it a lot, and I put paint back in that I don't use, and it was just, it's pretty good and thin. So it's like, dang it! So I went and I didn't go anywhere. I grabbed my red RML 23 from Vallejo and helped finish up. Now comes the fun part. These are nothing really. These are just okay. Let's see if I got any. Did I have any crazy masking mistakes? And what I mean by that is you will see red where there shouldn't be red. So, alright, that one's good. Okay. Find my tweezers. Okay. So far, so good on this one at least. But, oh. Yep, you're going to see it here in just a second. Let's see, come here. Put you and you there. Sorry, guys. Let's get you off. And we'll get you off. So overall, not bad. But you can see sometimes where I didn't have it masked enough and the paint ran, especially there, so I got to take care of that. But that is not bad. On the other hand, I removed a couple of masks and I had that. So yeah, I'll take care of it. And then, like here on this console, I got to go back in and take care of that. And alright, let's do the next little one here. And don't worry guys, I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me unmask all these. I just wanted to let you guys see when the masks come off. Ah, there we go. Very nice. And yay, now that one is oh, sorry, spoke too soon. See what I'm saying? That red can find anywhere and everywhere to get into. So, that is what it is. Alright guys, well I'm going to get back to getting things unmasked. So, I'll come back when I have something new to share. Alright, got the masks off and just going to let them finish and get good and dry. But I thought I'd go a little different than just painting and putting things on. I thought it's time to start working on a little bit of electronics. Just change it up a little bit. So, these are the aftermarket detail from Lake Munsters, and these are resin cast, remember. So I have this little saw, and basically what you want to do is just follow that edge right there. Actually, it might help if I actually brought it where you could see it. Okay, there's the lip, and then I'm just going right below, and like I said, this is just the saw, and there we go. Clean, efficient, easy, and above all else, nothing broke. So now I'm gonna sand off that rough edge and get her all cleaned up. Okay, so I've already drilled this one, and what I'm going to do is I have SM LEDs, but I only have 2 of these, so I'm going to 1.8, and I can do that easy enough. So, and then I just drilled a hole big enough to fit the bulb in, like so. And so, my handy dandy little thing, and zoom out just a bit. So I try put tools away first so I don't lose them. There we go. So I try, see how this one I tried to stay as center as I could, and that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna push there and trying to make sure I'm staying somewhat center. And then I do it very easily, so when it starts going in, I'm not trying to take it, I'm not trying to drill down as deep as I can and crack it. So, but I add pressure, but not amazing amounts of it either. And then like I said, to keep it net clean. And then I'll take this little guy and try to get all that cleaned out. Maybe. The fun of this sometimes, I tell you. And then I'll check and see how deep, if it's deep enough. If not, I'll drill a little more, and I just want to do a bit more. Okay. Get blown out. Clean it. Maybe. There we go. Okay, now it fits. Yay, so there's 2. And again, I think you can, and then, alright. Yeah. Okay. And make sure everything's out. And check. Almost. But I'm gonna do this. Okay. Okay. There we go. And ooh, perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Alright, so now I got all 3 ready for doing the lighting. So I need to get some resistors ready, and I'm going to show you an easy way to do this since I've got all this to work with behind the station. So, yeah. Alright, so let me get things set up and ready to go. We'll put we'll get some lighting going. Alright, got everything ready to go. So, this is what where the station, the scope is, and when all finished, it's going to be probably right about here in the end. So I can get rid of a big bunch of the positive and negative LED leads. And the first thing I always do is I cut positive. Okay, always cut positive. Then I make the negative side even shorter, so I know it's positive and negative. Now, got fingernails, you can strip this 30 WAG just kind of like that. Pretty simple, easy. I have, here it is, my wire wrap tool. And sorry guys, I need to zoom out here a little bit. Okay, so slide my 30 WAG in there and crimp it over. And now I am going to attach it to the lead. Now this is going to need a resistor, but I don't want to set a resistor on it because, like I said, I have this great amount of space back here I can work with. So first thing I'm doing is I'm just going to get wiring run, and of course I'll have a resistor so we can test it. But right there, this is all I want to do right there. Just run this, and then I'll run a resistor on the station. So the negative on the 30 WAG I get is sometimes a pain. Oh, not too bad this time. Alright, so now I am going to get the negative on. And don't worry guys, I am not using all this wire for just this one bulb, trust me. Now I will split these apart just a bit. I'll put it in my helping hands, and I gotta make sure I got my shrink wrap out, just making sure. Okay, yep, this will work. And okay, and so now my soldering iron is heated up. Now the first thing I'm going to do with it is I'm going to tin it, and what that means is I want to go ahead and get the reaction started. I want to get some solder on there, and then I will go and get these all soldered in place. And that's pretty much it right there. So now I always test my LEDs. Doesn't matter. And the reason I do that is so I can make sure my wiring is good. And so I'm just gonna take a little bit of this off each side, and I am going to wrap the end of it for right now just in this resistor so I don't blow the bulb. Turn on my power machine, which is a lovely DC power supply. Had it for a very long. I've had it a long time. I love it. I love it. So now I'm going to check and make sure this thing's working, and try to get my stuff out of the way there. Here we go. There we go. Yay! Sweet. Okay. So we know it works. Great. So now I can do that with the rest of them. Now at this point, since I'm not using I don't have a resistor on this one yet, I am going to do that. Break it off. I am going to go ahead and I am going to trim down the wire. So I have a good amount to play with later, and now that I've got that done, I can insulate the positive side now so that it doesn't ground with the negative. And that's happened to me too before. Trust me, it's a headache because it worked, and then all of a sudden it didn't work. And I get this from HDX Model Works. I love this stuff. It's got a lot of the right sizes I want, and it doesn't go boom, or it doesn't ripple. And since it's going onto the console and I got a lot of things going, I'm going to go ahead and also do the negative side, just as a little bit of extra insurance. And where did I put? It's right in front of me, I tell you. Okay, now that that is done, I can do that, and I'll start twisting the wire up, just like so. Now, I use hot glue on a lot of things for my LED lighting, but I also have what's called black slick. Now, I love this because it'll definitely do some light block, but the problem with black slick is it takes a very a long amount of time to dry, and yeah, it's a pain sometimes. So I'll use hot glue starting out just to get the bulb secured in, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that bulb while this is heating up. Sorry guys, didn't pull everything out. Alright, my infamous lovely glue gun. Alright, let's get you plugged in. For now, I'll just run on top and go from there. And then I'll switch it. Okay, sorry, talk to myself, guys. Sorry. Okay, so that's heating up. Now, there's things that I do with my LEDs, and one of the things I like to do is I like to diffuse. And what that means is you're sanding or messing up the bulb. You're clouding it up. You're not making it look so and what that does, what that helps, one, it diffuses the light and helps get rid of hot spots when you turn your lighting on. And I do all the bulb because I just want to make sure, right? And here we go. Okay. Now with these little ones, it doesn't take a whole lot, but it can become kind of a pain sometimes. Okay. So now, again, I am going to check and make sure I have a good hold, which I do. And while I'm waiting for the heating gun to warm up, go chat amongst yourselves, guys. All right. Finally, it heated up. Buggers, I tell you. All right, so got my diffused bulb. And try to figure out the best way. Okay. Now when I do this, I'm not going to try to coat it all at once. I just want it to start getting a stick, because I am going to have to go clean it later of the glue where that's going to set down in that little guy thing, which isn't bad. It'll be easy. And I'm just making sure the bulb is down in. And like I said, I can trim all that later. Now I'm just going to let that sit for a second, let itself get dry, while I get this cleaned out. And get it ready to show you guys. Okay. Maybe. Okay, also on this, I used liquid mask to take care of masking off the eye area, eye port. And what I mean, this is micro mask. It's just liquid mask. It's great for definitely these little things like this. So now, got to get you out. Well, I know I put it in there. As you can see, it's in there. It just I getting everything on it, and now so I can do touch-ups later. That ain't nothing. Okay, so bulb's diffused. Let's kick some power on, and let's turn you off so we get a little bit more darker. And sweet. Check that out, guys. Sweet, huh? Just like that. Here, let me try this real quick. Sorry. That's exposure. Come on, I want exposure. There we go. I want to darken that down a bit more so you can see that. So yay! All right. Sorry. Oh, too bright. Darn exposures, I tell you. Okay, so awesome. Awesome sauce. Yay! Cool. I wonder. Let me just give me a second here, guys. That's awesome. So this is what I got to clean is right here. Just so when I go to try to test fit it in, I can, and I just take my, I just take my X-Acto knife and go through it. But it's going to be fun. being in here. So, and like I said, then this way I can just, I can run my wires down. But now that that one's out of the way, and you remember me talking about that tulip slick, let me get this cleaned off real quick, and then I'll get on the tulip slick. So be right back. Alright guys, I wanted to show you before I do the tulip slick. Check it out. And yes, I have the resistor hooked up. So, give you some power and get you out of the way. Check that out. That is just sweet. And I cannot wait. Look at that. That is just awesome. Sweet. Alright. So, on with it. So, now this, like I said, this is tulip slick, black tulip slick. You can get it I get mine at Walmart. You can get it at craft stores, wherever you need to. And this stuff definitely comes in a pinch. This is some really good things to take care of the light leaks. And I just want to make sure I got everything cleaned off well. So, come on. And like I said, I didn't use a whole lot of glue because I knew I was going to be using this. So where I start, I usually kind of just start in the middle of it. And I just kind of start getting it up there. I'm not trying... If I get a little into the area that's glue or it's going to sit, I can take care of that. But then basically all it is I just do that to get some good effectual light block, and it glues down. And once this sets, the piece won't move. And what I will do when I get it put in and glued in, then I'll go in and do another gluing with the hot glue gun and go from there. So with that, guys, I'm going to get back at it and get the rest of these guys hooked up. So see you in a bit. Good morning, Saturday, and on to the weapons console. And I got a really good comment and suggestion from a friend of mine and a subscriber. So why are you cutting them individually? And I go, because it would be hell trying to fit them in there. True, but I wasn't trying to fit them in. But I took his suggestion anyway. Instead of doing those smaller squares for the lid, why didn't I just cut this out? And I can sit it down there, and it can be all fun and lovely. And yeah, so thank you. So again, just like before, a little bit different though this time. I am going to I'm gonna put it onto the sides here, and I'm not trying to put a whole lot down again. I want to create that film, because when I create that film, it will take care of that. And I'm gonna need these. So again, I'm just creating that film, make it easier to work with. Find me a clean paper towel. Just get that burst off, and then, alright, I clean that. Alright, then, easy peasy lemon squeezy. There I go. No fighting it, no nothing. Thank you again. Thank you. So, with that, I'm going to get the other one on and get the last of the station consoles done, and get going on some more. So let me get this up and let me get this going and done, and then come back and see what I get to do, where I'm going to go next. So I will return. Alright, gonna start working on something a little tricky with the consoles. I still have to make 3 of these for the bigger screens, but what I'm doing is because, one, I'm going to have a lot that I'm going to have to get rid of. Make sure I had the right one. I thought I had it. Where'd you go? Whatever. So I'm going to find the pieces that I had matched together and sand it down. But I'm also noticing there's going to be quite a bit because I was careless with removing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to fit the clear onto, not like that, sorry. I'm going to do the clear. I'm going to put it down and do it this way, and then I can just push that in there. So I'm going to sand down a little bit more on the edges and then put these on, so when I go to put them in, everything's ready. So once I get these glued on, I'll start doing the screens and getting the different setups done. And then I'm also going to start working on getting the consoles ready. I got to scrape them, and then I got to start putting clear and certain other lighter paints that the light can reflect through. But first I'm going to get on these guys, because this is something that's been kind of with me for a bit. So I am going to get working on that, guys. So when I get perfected the way I think it should be, the way I want it, I'll turn it on and I will show you how I did it, guys. Alright, going to do a little bit more work before I get these guys put where they need to be. And I think, remember me showing you this when I was working on the scope or scanner? This is tulip slick, and it's a great light blocker. Trust me, I've used the crap out of this stuff. So I'm just trying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going just basically, I'm going to put it down the center of each of these, kind of like that, and then I'm going to run another line to help do that little bit of light blocking at the end. Now I'm not going to go and try to clean or take that grub down, because trust me, that becomes another thing in itself. But what I will do is I will flatten it out more, like with this toothpick, just so it gets where I want it to. But as you can see, I don't want it to get onto those display screens. And if it does, I can go back and take it off later. I just try not to. So I need to get some more toothpicks or Q-tips that, you know, got that little corner really small. But then again, I will just basically just do what I just did, and I will go around and get these guys light blocked. Now what I am going to more likely end up doing is, I think I'm going to finish just this one, and then I'm going to I'm going to get him, I think sorry, spit it out, Buck. What I'm going to do, I think, is go ahead and get these guys in there and make sure they're getting set and ready, and then I can do a better light blocking with the station itself, with the screens in there. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing, because this can actually come to be a kind of a pain. Now, where did you go, Mr. Lid? Alright, guys, well, let me get things situated so we can start putting some screens in. So I'll return. Alright, let's get some monitors on. I've already got a couple done. Let me show you. Sweet. And I will do that one. I thought I had another one. Oh, yes, I do. Sorry. Here we go. Now, the reason I decided to go this way, like I was saying earlier, is I'll be able now, when I come back in, after this gets dried up a bit, I'll come back in with tulip slick and go around all that. That'll also create another barrier to keep it not only light blocked, but will keep it down better. Because, as you can see, even though I glued it, there's definitely some spots that's going to need a little bit more love. But I will get to that here in a second. So, here is one of the stations I am working on. This is another console for engineering is my best guess. And first thing I do, besides get these, first thing I'm going to do is make sure these guys are all set down and ready to go. So give me a few minutes. Alright, got that fixed, and putting it in here will do it even better. So there's, depending on the station, is whether I can hold it on and unglue it from the back, or I'm going to have to do a couple in just to get it started and sitting. Just kind of like that. I just put a couple drops here and there, just kind of like so. Then I will take this this console, get it in my things the right way, and then I will just gently get it up into position, push, and just make sure everything where it needs to be. Okay. Turn it. Alright, got that fixed real quick. And then I'll come in here with just a couple of drops of my CA. Not crazy, not like, oh. But just helping it get there stuck, because like I said, when I go put the black tulip in, that's going to create another nice stick barrier. So, get you fixed up just a bit. You're kind of wonky. Okay, there we go. And yeah, so then I'll let that get down in there and set that. So I know it was kind of weird there, guys. Sorry, I'll do better. But now I'm just going to let that sit there and get dry and do its thing out of the way. So let's see how well I can do on the next one. The one that wasn't giving me a pain in the butt yet. So again, I always go in and I will double check the fit again, because now I got that plastic on the back. And look at that. That actually worked great. Awesome. That's kind of what I wanted to do, because I want to be able to get in here with the CA and, like I said, not do that much. I got my tip is kind of wonky, but I'll come in here and, like I said, do a couple of drops just until it gets set, and then I'll go back in with black tulip and finish the job. But yay, there's another one. Dun dun dun. Alright, so I still have communications, environmental, and engineering to get taken care of. Alright, let's see. Communication, gotcha. Alright, yeah, I just double checking all my things. I gotta make sure I have them all. So, alright guys, well, I'm gonna get back at it. So, I'll come back when there's more to share. Alright guys, got them in, it's getting dry. So I thought I'd start playing around with the instrument panels. And I've got a couple on. Definitely going to be a lot of repair work to be done on the console itself. But I am definitely going to like it. It's very nice. So I'm going to let those get dry. I'm letting this get dry, and then I'm going to do some purple, or I mean black tulip. So, and also I've got these guys down, and I got to do a little cleanup. A lot of cleanup on the clear, because I wanted to make sure it got a good fit, so I'll have to go back in later and get that cleaned up. But yeah, fun. So yeah, alright, I'm gonna get back at it. Alright, I know it was a short week on the bridge, but I did get some good work done the last couple of days. Got that lit. Got all the monitors in now. I'm going to let those dry, and then I'm going to go back and use my tulip slick and get that all done. But I'd share. And so yeah, not bad for a couple of quick days. So with that, guys, have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Have a great and safe work week next week. And I'll see you guys back here on the bench.